Hi guys, Sanette Brandt again. I hope you're having a good day today. I just want to thank the first 100 subscribers. I am really excited. It's now been 3 months that I've been doing this. So thank you very much for all your patronage. I really appreciate it. So today I'm making a stew. This was a request from one of the subscribers and I really hope that you enjoy it. The stew will be something that's a base recipe. So if you don't like something, leave it out. If you like something else, add it with. But this is my basic stew recipe. So I'm going to start with a bit of olive oil. Today we're doing it in the frying pan. And then I'm adding 2 onions that I've chopped up. To that we will add 2 cups of celery. You see I've taken the leaves and the stalks. Then I have 1 leek that I've chopped up and a half a red pepper. If you don't have red pepper, you can add yellow pepper. So now to get a good flavor in your stew, I'm adding all the extras. That's 1 tablespoon of turmeric, 1 teaspoon of smoked paprika, 1 tablespoon of garlic powder, 2 tablespoons of onion powder, 1 tablespoon of olive and rosemary shake. I had also a question about this on my previous recipe. If you're not in South Africa, you can use the Italian spice and just add 1 teaspoon of herbal salt. So this is 2 tablespoons of coriander powder and 2 tablespoons of the healthy curry powder that I've added. In a later recipe, I will give you that recipe for the healthy curry powder. I've added a half teaspoon of cloves. So that's our start. I think I'm just going to add a little bit of olive oil and then we're just going to give it a good stir. The flavoring is amazing. Just keep on stirring it till all the veggies is covered with this flavorings. Okay, I'm going to add a bit of water. So you can simmer this down for about 10-15 minutes and then we'll add the other veggies. You will see this is what happens. The onions has gone a bit softer and the flavorings are all sticking to the bottom. So just add more water so that it can actually cook off and that you don't have a burnt pot. I hate burnt pots, period. So let's just get all the flavorings in the food and not stuck to the bottom. And then I'm going to add the rest of the veggies. Today I've used 2 large potatoes and I just washed it to keep the skin on. That's extra vitamins for you. Then I cut up 1 turnip. In Afrikaans is it a raap. If you don't have turnip, then you don't have to add it, but it just adds a depthness and a bit of a peppery undertone to the stew. Then for a little bit sweetness, I've added 2 cups Oh, sorry, that was 1 large turnip. And now 2 cups of butternut that I've cut up. And this was a small little butternut. You can actually put more or less of whatever you want, it's fine. I've got 2 carrots that I've cut up. And then I'm just adding, for more greens, 1 cup of parsley. Okay, so now we're just adding enough water. Sorry, I forgot the tin of chickpeas. We're adding 1 tin of chickpeas. That will be our protein part. I'm just going to add enough water to cover this all. And then it must just boil. You can stir it now and again. But all in all, the flavors just need to mix through. And you know, you've got a good, nutritious meal if you see all those different colors because of all the phytochemicals. So yes, if we get to the end and I feel that we need more salt, we will add more salt. But I'm always afraid to put in too much salt because in the end it might be too salty. Okay, so let this boil down for about 20 minutes to half an hour. Let's see how it goes. Okay, so this is 10 minutes gone and it's bubbling nicely. If you don't have a frying pan, you can truly make it on the stove. Yes, I really hope you have some time to make this one day. And the wonderful thing about this is the stew is that you can actually freeze it if you want to. If you've made too much, some of us single people, it's better just to take it and freeze it in little containers for the day that you are either tired when you're coming from work or you've got people coming over quickly. You can just I want to say unfreeze it. You can just defrost it quickly in a pot and just serve people a very nice stew. I see that the water level is now very much level with the veggies. I'm just going to put the lid on. Okay, so this has been cooking for about 15 minutes. And you can see most of the liquid has gone into the veggies. I always try to not to put too much liquid from the start. I don't. It depends. If you like one with a lot of sauce, then you can add it in. But personally, I don't like a stew with too much sauce. At this stage, I'm just going to add 2 teaspoons of salt. I'm using the Himalayan pink salt. And a little bit for love. And I'm just giving it a stir. Okay, the veggies is about halfway cooked. They're softish, but they're not tender. I like a stew that's really very nice. So I'm going to add 1 tin of coconut cream at this stage. If you don't have coconut cream, you can just leave it out and add a bit more water because it still needs a bit of stewing there. So this will add the creaminess to your stew. If you don't want to add it, it's fine. But this gives it the oomph. You know about oomph. Ooh, the flavor, the coconut flavor. It's not overpowering, it's just enhancing the bit of curry. If you want to make the curry warmer, you are welcome to add a bit of hot stuff. But personally, I don't like it to be so hot that I actually have to, there's many comparisons I can now use, but I'd rather not. So I'm just going to turn this down to a lighter simmer and leave it for another 15 minutes. So the stew's now been going for half an hour. The second 15 minutes is up. As you can see, it's a stewy, steamy, wonderful, very aromatic flavor. And I have tasted one of the potato pieces and it's nice and soft, and the salt content is just right. If you want to add a bit more flavoring, you can go ahead, but I love the flavor just as it is. So I'm going to put this off now. So for today, I've cooked some brown rice. I don't know, everybody cooks their rice differently, but my way of cooking brown rice till it's nice and soft is 1 cup of brown rice with 3 to 3.5 cups of boiling water and 1 teaspoon of salt. And then you just steam it till it's cooked. I usually cook it open for about 3/4 of the way. When the water is just below the level of the rice, then I put the lid on and put it on its slowest setting, and then just let it steam till it's nice and fluffy. I hate rice that sticks together except for sushi rice. So yeah, let's just put it nicely in the plate, and then you can just add your stew on top depending on how much sauce you want. Some people like it more saucy than others. Okay, so these are wonderful plate of stew and rice, and then we will just add it off with some tiny peppers and some green spring onions that I've cut into pieces. So I hope you enjoy this. The rest of the stew I'm going to put into this dish, and then I'm going to do a topping. On the next video, we will do a topping. The overseas people call it scones. In South Africa, we just call it scones. So we will do a scone topping. With this dish, you have the carbs at the bottom, and with the scone topping, you will have the carbs on top. So I hope you enjoy it. Have a wonderful day. I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.